But yeah, basically I've attracted the attention of another fellow critic who compared me to Krob the Cat because I mentioned the words soulless and slop when I talked about Dead Rising, and it's like they technically are, but I also made a video talking about it way before the game was released, and I still firmly stand by it. I'm not even a fan of the games. I just want Capcom to not fucking ruin games that people actually like for once. Like, I'm so tired of the main excuse that, oh, well, the game is fun, so whatever. Well, that doesn't make it immune to criticism. Like, you can totally like the game, but facts are facts, and Capcom really did fuck over the actual Dead Rising fans who wanted to get a proper experience with the game. And I'm really fucking annoyed that people don't know how to fucking read or understand what the fuck I'm saying. Pisses me off, dude. It really does. I try to make a point, but nobody fucking reads or understands, and instead just makes a broad response or not even listening or reading what I'm saying. I'm not some deranged white knighter who thinks that Dead Rising 4 is the best game in the series. I just like the gameplay. Big fucking deal. But as to be expected, I guess, people just forgive Dead Rising's Deluxe Remaster's shortcomings because, oh, it's fun. Well, I think Dead Rising 4 is fun, but I can acknowledge there's a lot of fucking problems. I don't like that they recasted the man who voiced Frank West. I just look at it from a pure gameplay stance. I hate the strict-ass time limit system. I never liked it. It might sound funny, but I'm actually being serious. I'm tired of when I'm trying to make a point that people just misconstrue as if I'm like one of these idiots, like Young Defiant, whatever. It really fucking annoys me, dude. Like, I think I'm more than above that, honestly. I don't consider myself having a god complex or anything, but I know a point when I fucking make one. There's even things in Dino vs. Suda I'm not a fan of, but I can still enjoy the game. I may not be the biggest fan of Dragon Ball, but I can still enjoy the game for what it is. But I can still acknowledge its actual faults and shit, which people just don't seem to do with Dead Rising, which is annoying. Because it was to be expected, because Capcom can do no wrong. And that general energy from that fellow critiquer is, unfortunately, a lot of other people's mindsets, honestly. And that's kind of the problem. You could be thinking, oh, well, you're no better because you're basically saying that it's okay, but then you go after people. Because it's been damn well known and true to the fact that people will do that for anything Capcom related, dude. Even with Square Enix or any, like, famous developer or publisher now. It's fucking sickening. Basically spent an hour and a half arguing with morons who can't even understand the point I'm trying to make because they're fucking stupid. Resorting to assumptions and nothing else. Fucking people are mad retarded, dude. I'm tired of it. Of course, it is Twitter, so, you know, there's no fucking civil discussions on there at all. No, sir. Except there was actually one of a dude who actually made a comment on one of my posts about Marvel vs. Capcom. So, it's, I mentioned how, people asked Matt over the fact that, I think it's Keiji Inafune, he wanted panty shots of Roll in the game. I guess it's like a little joke or something, and it's like, it's there for one frame. One frame, and yet it has people's panties in it not because, oh my god, they're making a female robot who looks like a kid, sexual some shit. You know, Capcom is known to have some of the most notorious fan service in games. I think Roll having one frame in a fan service fighting game to begin with is pretty fucking tame compared to what Resident Evil 4 brought to many people. People are fucking stupid. Don't talk about Astro Boy, though. That dude is, like, legitimately shirtless. And he looks way fucking younger than Mega Man and Roll combined. Like, get out of here. I'm also pretty sure that Astro Boy is inspired by Mega Man. So, I don't know why people are literally having the panties twist over one frame in a fighting game. Especially a fighting game that's basically meant to celebrate both Capcom and Marvel. But I guess the dude is playing some special version of Mugen that has more extended frames of it, I guess. I'm not going to really get into that because it's kind of not safe for work material, but if you know, you know. But still. I am at least happy they didn't censor it, but it's people really do be getting upset over the stupidest shit. I am pretty sure that collection still has things that are censored, though, so I didn't bother buying it. It's not on an Xbox, for goodness sake, and it doesn't have the pair play feature from the Dreamcast version, so it's kind of shitty in my opinion. The bosses don't even work properly, too, which is fucking stupid. Or at least the ones they normally can't play as. Which I think is just wasted effort, to be honest. Like, the game has, like, separated instances or whatever, and yet they couldn't bother doing that, at least. It's just so tiring. A lot of these arcade ports or whatever, or consumer ports, I know never really had much replay value, but it's just so tiring that even modern-day compilations are just... I mean, they use emulated versions, but yet they can't even bother having separate instance versions of some shit. Like, how hard is it to do that? I guess it is, because, well, Capcom. Or something. I really don't know. I guess it still does what it needs to do at the end of the day, but I just personally like to have a little more bang for my buck, I guess, instead of having to use emulated versions to get my kicks, I guess. Because, you know, emulating games are bad, you guys. Even though people are literally doing that for Bloodborne, which is a game you can clearly buy on PlayStation and shit. I get that people are mad at Sony for not releasing Bloodborne on PC, and it does suck, but I personally rather they don't do it, because they'll probably fuck it up way worse like they did with Dark Souls Remastered. And not to mention, people are basically like legitimately pirating games that you can clearly buy on the storefront, whether you're ripping your own copy, whatever. Okay, maybe that last part was technically not true, because it's, I guess people probably find ways to dump their own copies, so people are still going to do it anyway. They're going to probably find someone who dumped their copy, upload it on archive.org or some shit, get the ROM files or BIOS files. Like, people fucking do that all the time. You're basically advocating piracy for a game that is clearly buyable on the fucking store market, and yet people tell us that emulation is legal, which, yes, it is, but Bloodborne isn't exactly abandonware, so I'm just going by the logic that these fucking people use, and I guess it's a bad thing because, Sony didn't release Bloodborne on PC, so fuck you. Like, I'm just using the logic that they've set up. And I'm only using Bloodborne specifically because, you know, people want to bitch and cry and moan that Bloodborne isn't on PC, and yet you literally have an emulator that's probably made just to run that one game, and that's basically it. It's fucking tiring, dude. I don't even like Bloodborne, honestly. I think it's one of the most overrated games in the Souls series. It does have some good things about it, but I just don't really care for it in the long run. I'd rather play Demon Souls or Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2 I can tolerate. Maybe Demon Souls I can kind of see it being good, but they all have the exact same faults and they're just annoying as shit to play. I'm tired of it. Of course you answer that. Or ask that, excuse me. I don't know if it really counts, to be honest, but I know you can play Classic Doom and Doom Eternal, so I guess that, if we're going to count that. Yeah, had to. Fair enough, I guess. I mean, I'm going on a really stupid rant, so make stupid rants, get stupid questions, I guess, but I know the version of Doom that's released is just interesting in some ways. So I keep messing up the freaking, werewolf transformation. I really should have picked the upgrades for it, to be honest. Probably my rants and probably my angry ramblings, I guess, because, well, there's just a lot of things I have to ramble about, I guess. But I also have to focus right now, so